Hey everyone, welcome back to Micro Adventures. Ellie here, and I've got a full body workout on deck. We are going to stick with some more bread and butter staple moves of this method. One might call those basic, but if you've been doing this workout for a long time, you know that there is nothing basic about a straight up wheelbarrow or a bear or a runner's lunge. They're hard all the time. But I'm gonna play around with some different ways to set up these moves using the floor as an extension of the machine. So let's get things started. One weight spring would be your standard challenging setup. One black spring is what I'd recommend if you are newer to this workout, just getting back into it, or your strength is still just building. A black versus a white for this workout on the front is gonna give you a little more support. You do you. We will begin in a classic wheelbarrow. Knees to your carriage, hands to your front platform. Send the carriage out till you find your kneeling plank position. So from the crown of your head to your shoulders, to your hips, to your knees, one long line. Squeeze your thighs together, squeeze your glutes, pull your abs away from the floor, shoulders on the body. Start to extend yourself out nice and slow, 2. Nice and slow, 3. Nice and slow, 4. You should be sort of approaching your furthest point where the abs really feel it, but you're not losing the low back. And then start to bring yourself forward here. Slow, 2. Slow, 3. Slow, 4. Stopping with the shoulders over the wrists. Send it right back out. So this is sort of the classic setup of wheelbarrow here, right? So try one more nice and slow wheelbarrow here. And then without losing the core engagement, next time the shoulders are over the wrists, option 2, walk your hands down to the floor, slightly in front of the front platform. You're gonna need a little space between your arms and the front platform. And then try your wheelbarrow here with the hands on the floor. Oh man, and you should feel the difference, right? It should be way more challenging because now we're in sort of this descending plank. And if it feels like it's too much, walk the hands back up to the platform, keep going. Or you could alternate between the two, right? So maybe you can do one down on the floor and then you come back to the platform and hit one. Wherever you're at, you've got about 15 seconds left in this move. We are going to come up to bear next. Toes tucked on the carriage, hands on the front platform. In 3, in 2, and 1. Tuck your toes on the carriage, hands to the front platform. And from here, it's bear. Scoop through low belly, drive the knees forward, hips stay level with the shoulders or maybe slightly higher than the shoulders. And then lengthen back out. Same option as before. If you want a little more intensity, try walking those hands down to the floor and see if you can hit a bear there. Good, slow and controlled. Right, maybe you hit one on the floor and then you walk the hands back up. Awesome. Option to stay here in this bear, or option to come into catfish. In 3, 2, stay in bear or walk your hands up to your high handlebars. Turn this into catfish. So catfish really is just a taller version of bear. Hips and shoulders level, scoop through low belly, pull the knees forward using the lower part of the abdominals, and then lengthen back out. And catfish is a really great variation if bear just feels like it's not happening with good form, right? Walk the hands up, get that height. That's gonna make a world of difference. But maybe you've done a couple catfishes and you're kind of ready for a little more challenge. Walk your hands back down to the platform or down to the floor, hit your bear. You've got 10 seconds here. We are gonna flip things around. You have a reverse wheelbarrow. Knees on the front platform, hands to your carriage in 3, 2, and 1. So knees on the front platform, hands to the carriage. From here, start to send the arms out. Okay, so with wheelbarrow, where you place your hands in reverse makes a big difference. You've got some space on this carriage. As you walk your hands forward towards the back edge of your carriage, it will be like 1,000 times harder. That's accurate math right there. It is about 1,000 times harder. Okay, So likewise, if you walk your hands closer to you on the inside edge of the carriage, it's about 5 times easier. Just 5, just slightly. So figure out that hand placement, right? You are Goldilocks, fine tune it, get it just right. We'll give this just about 10 more seconds. And then we are going to set our knees on the floor, hands stay. We're gonna get into a reverse floor wheelbarrow. Right here, set the knees down to the floor. I'm trying to make sure I've got enough space here. Good, knees down. Here we are again in wheelbarrow. Now send the arms forward. So in one respect, with the arms a little bit higher, right? We're not in such a low plank that feels as challenging, but with the knees stepping back, notice that you're stretching out the spring less as the arms go forward, which means it's harder because the spring, right? The tension on the spring is supporting us. It helps us to pull the carriage back in. So when you push the carriage out further away from the front platform, right, that spring gets tighter and it comes back in a little bit easier. So check in, see what you prefer. Knees on the platform, knees on the floor, your call. We've got just about 10 seconds. Reverse kneeling crunches next. Forearms to the carriage. Knees will come back up to your platform in 3, 2, and 1. So forearms to the carriage, knees to the platform. Start in that strong plank. Push down through the forearms. Lift your abs away from the floor. And then start to slowly nod chin towards chest. Start to slowly round through the spine. Think about scooping through the belly. So if someone was taking an ice cream scooper to your belly, right, this really nice C curve through the spine. And then lengthen back out. And create the resistance to yourself. So exhale, squeeze your abs and move from the squeeze of the abs. Right, you're lifting through the abdomen. And this is different than sucking in the belly, right? We're not doing that. We're engaging the whole core. So I want you to flex the core, squeeze your abs in and around you, right? And you do have an abdominal muscle that works just like a corset, right? Your transverse abdominis wraps around you like a corset, holds all of your organs in place, right? And you can feel it the most with your breath. So like when you sneeze, that deep core contraction, that is your transverse. And that's what we're looking to get into here. And 4, let's bring it in halfway and hold. In 3, 2, bring it in just like halfway, hold. Now slide the carriage out an inch, curl back up and in an inch. Little tiny pulse. See if you can match your breath with the movement. Flex and squeeze the core. 10 seconds, bungee is going around your right foot or your imaginary bungee. So whatever bungee you got around the arch of the right foot. In 3, 2, and 1. Grab that bungee, friends. It's going around the arch of the right foot. So for me personally, I bring my left knee to the carriage. I walk my hands forward to the floor. And that is going to get me the right amount of resistance for my bungee kick. If you are familiar with setup, just get into your bungee kicks. But here's the deal. I've got my bungee on my shortest looped setting to get enough resistance here. And if you feel like you have a little too much resistance, you can try walking your left knee back, right? If you had longer legs than me, you might find that you don't need to walk forward. Hips and shoulders squared to the floor. We're just doing a little bungee kick. Think 2 counts up, 2 counts down. Squeeze at the base of your seat. Bring your heel in a little closer to your glute. And if the bungee really just isn't working for you, you don't need it. Squeeze your glute as much as possible and then lift from that squeeze, lower from that squeeze. Small movements here. Find your highest point, hold, give me a little pulse, tiny little pulse. 10 seconds, we're gonna stand up. You've got elevator lunge on deck in 5, in 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up, turn around. Right foot front platform, left toes tucked to the carriage. Elevator lunge. Option 2, layer in some arms if you want. You've got just about 60 seconds in this lunge. Okay, half as much time as we normally spend here. So be mindful, go really slow. Probably only gonna get in a couple lunges, and then the reason we're spending less time here is because we're gonna play around with where we place the foot, right? We're gonna do these kind of variations on elevator lunge. So you've got 30 seconds to go in this one. Front lunge will be next. Floor lunge will be after that. Drive through the right heel, engage the back line of the leg to lift. In 4, come down into your lunge hold. In 3, 2, bring it down into your lunge hold. If you've got high handlebars, bring your hands to them. Hop your right foot to the floor. So we're going into front lunge here. The foot is in front of the front platform. Drive through right heel, slowly lift up. Hips are squared forward. You're gonna need to find a little more hinge forward from the hips here because we've elevated the back foot, right? That means it's gonna put more strain on your low back to keep the spine upright. Hinge from your hips, strong through the core. Good. All right. About 23-ish seconds. Look kind of over your right shoulder. So on the right side of your front platform is where you're placing your right foot next. That is going to be your floor lunge position. Come down into your lunge and hold here. Okay, really tough transition. Hands to your high handlebars, strong through your core. Lift your right foot, step it over to the right hand side. You might need to slide your left foot over on the carriage too. Start at the bottom of that floor lunge. Hips and shoulders squared forward, drive through right heel, slowly lift up. Okay, so we're just hopping all around this machine here. Awesome work, friends. Big hinge forward. Again, the back foot is elevated. That means we need to hinge forward a little bit more. And if you're looking for more intensity, take your left toes to the back edge of your carriage like I just did. All right, just to spice it up a little, let's take it down. Let's find a hold here. Big hinge forward from the hips. Sweep the arms back behind you. Pump the arms, little pump, little pump. Strong core, strong arms. Breathe, pulse the arms back. 10 seconds. We are going to 1 red spring. It is gonna be runner's lunge. Right foot front platform, left foot tucks into your carriage nook. In 3, 2, 1 red spring, let's go. Right foot front platform. Left toes will tuck to the carriage. Bend through both knees, sink it on down, get nice and low. Outer edge of your right hip is wrapping back, hips and shoulders square. And then left leg slowly sends the carriage out. Resist the spring tension as the left knee drifts forward. Right leg is frozen in space. Right knee over the right heel. Right? It's like you're playing freeze tag and someone just froze your right leg. It cannot move out of this position. Shoulders back. Good. If you want to feel it a little more in the right leg, hinge forward from the hips more. The more my body weight comes forward, and the more I drive my right heel down into the front platform, the more I'm going to feel it for sure. Slow and controlled. Left leg is working too, but it's just not the star of the show. All right. In 4, left knee under left hip. In 3, 2, left knee under left hip. Drop it down lower so your hands can come to your high handlebars. Left foot maintains control of the carriage. Hop your right foot forward to the floor. Stay low. Lift the hands. Floor runner's lunge. Keep going with the extension of the back leg. So sit a little bit lower in the right leg. Your right foot now has this glorious spacious floor to step on. Keep your right calf pretty close to your front platform. And the tension just got a little bit lighter on the left leg. So a couple things you can do. Drop the left knee a little lower. Work out a little bit further. Or you can bring your left foot, maybe wrap it around the bar, the very front edge of the carriage to get a little bit more resistance here. Make sure your right hip isn't lifting higher than the left. The right hip isn't sort of jutting out to the side. Good. We're going to give this just like 15 seconds. Skating is up next. We'll bring right foot to the front platform, left foot to the carriage. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Pivot to the left, right foot front platform, left foot carriage. Sit the hips down and back. So you're in a squat-like position. You will notice this is not my lowest squat, okay? This would be my lowest squat, and this would not be sustainable for this exercise for me. So I'm like halfway into my squat. I'm thinking about my glutes reaching down and back to the floor behind me. Seal down the outer edges of your feet, push into your heels, strong core, start to skate the left leg out slowly and with control. Pause at your furthest point, absorb that spring tension, feel that spring tension in the muscles, resist in. And feel the resist not just with the left leg, but with the right leg, right? The right leg is fighting to stay perfectly still. That's where you're really gonna feel the challenge and the effort in your right leg. It's like the right leg is absorbing all of this resistance as you press out and as you resist in. We're gonna give this just about 15 more seconds. And we're gonna go into side kicks, which is the same exercise, except your right foot's to the floor. In 4, bend the left knee in and hold. In 3, 2, left knee is bent, sit lower, bring your hands to your high handlebar, gently step your right foot to the floor, really close to your front platform, and then walk your left foot a little more on the inside edge of your carriage. Again, sit back into your squat-like position and start to press. Push your right foot down into the floor and slightly away. So I'm sealing down the outer edge of my right foot, and rather than shifting my body weight here, I'm pushing down and actively away from that foot the whole time so I feel the outer lining of the right leg on freaking fire, y'all. Now, what we don't want to see in this one, right, is that the chest is in line with the glutes, right? So if my spine's parallel to the floor, y'all, this isn't very hard. It's not the right setup, okay? Keep your chest lifted. I'd rather you work way up here and not touch that high handlebar because you're gonna feel your body weight pushing down through your legs, and your legs are the focus, right? This is a little bit more of like, I'm coming to tabletop. I'm like coming into like a weird plank position. I'm not working in plank right now, okay? Sit the glutes down. 5 seconds, we're gonna turn around, we're gonna hit side kicks on the other side. In 3, 2, don't think, just move. Turn it around. Left foot steps to the floor, right foot finds the inside edge of the carriage. Walk your left foot really close to your platform, sit down into your squat, strong core, strong glutes, and then push into the right heel, slowly send it out. Oh, and this is gonna be so hard on that right leg because it was literally just working, and now it's working to press the carriage out. Focus on your left foot, seal down the outer edge of that foot, push slightly away from the floor. Resist, resist, resist. Left leg is stabilizing. Check in that your knees are not knocking in towards one another, nor are they flaring out wide. My knees are tracking straight forward. Strong core, and you might start to get a good shake going in that right leg. Amazing. That's exactly what we want, right? Shaking is the magic. Shaking means everything is working as it should. Good. We're going to see if we can keep these really smooth transitions going. In 4, bend the right knee in. In 3, 2, bend the right knee in. Bring your hands to that high handlebar for a little support. Step the left foot up to the front platform. You can walk your right foot out a little further. Lift up, sit into your squat-like position, skating. Right, so skating and side kicks are pretty much the same exercise. Main difference is where you place the foot. So in skating, our foot's on the front platform. In side kicks, our foot is beside the machine. Breathe, stay focused, stay in it. We're going into our runner's lunge next. It will be a quarter turn to our left. Left foot will stay on the front platform. Let's go 15 seconds like this. Breathe. Recommit to your core. Shoulders away from the ears. Runner's lunge coming at you in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make that quarter turn. Left foot front platform. Right toes to the carriage. Bend through both knees. Sit it down low. Little hinge forward from the hips. Strong core. Send the back leg out. So where you place your foot on this platform is sort of up to you because it's really small. Keep going in runner's lunge. You want to make sure that your heel is down, right? So for a lot of us, probably the center of this front platform is going to feel like where your foot has the most space. The only thing about that is it really narrows your stance with the legs. So I tuck my right toes into the nook. I place my left heel on the cushy part of the platform as far to the left as I can, and the ball of my foot onto that rail, okay? If your feet are a lot bigger than mine, you might have your heel on the rail and the ball of the foot on the platform. You might have to bring your foot to the center of the platform, but all the way to the left. So figure out what works for you. Right knee is under the hip in 3, 2, right knee under the hip. Bring your hands to the high handlebars, drop it down low. Hop your left foot forward, keep it close to the front platform. Strong through the core, hands float up. Get right into floor runner's lunge. So seamless transition here. What's gonna happen is this left hip's gonna wanna come out to the left. It's gonna wanna lift higher. Bring your left hand to your hip. Wrap your outer left glute back. Feel that your hips are evenly back and they're the same height and space. This left hip isn't higher than the right hip. Everything sits down and back. And then take a look at your left knee. Make sure it's right over your left heel. And then press your entire left foot down into the floor as hard as you can. Keep pressing down, 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 down. Feel the back line of the leg engage. Awesome work here, friends. You're doing amazing. You've got 20 seconds. We're gonna put the bungee around the arch of the left foot or your imaginary bungee. You have 8 seconds to go. Stay low, stay in it, sit it down a little bit further, stronger through the core. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bungee around the arch of your left foot. Play around with setup. Maybe your right knee is on the front platform, your hands are wide to the floor. Maybe your right knee comes forward to the carriage. I wish we had a bigger carriage because I think the best setup for bungee is when you are on your forearms, but you sort of don't want your forearms on that T-bar. And the reason I love a bungee kick on the forearms is because it supports your core more so that the kick really stays in the glute. Keep going with your bungee kicks. Think up to, down to. Constant tension on your bungee, constant tension on the glute. Remember, you can always do this without the bungee. But I want your core to be stable. The core is like the unsung hero of this exercise. Strong through the core, zero movement in the low back. All of the work is in your glute muscle, right? To do this properly requires a lot of effort. Stay focused, stay in it. You're gonna give me about 15 more seconds in this bungee kick. Breathe. Shoulders away from the ears. Re-square hips and shoulders to the floor. Strong core. From here, find your highest point. Give me a little pulse, tiny little pulse. Work the top of your range. Final 15 seconds. We go to 1 white or 1 black spring. So whatever you were working on in our opening sequence, 1 black or 1 white, you have elevator lunge. Left foot to the front platform in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Change your springs. 1 white or 1 black. Both feet on the front platform facing forward. Left foot will stay on the platform. Right toes tucked to the carriage. Elevator lunge. If you want to add in the arms, they can sweep forward, they could sweep back. And remember, you just have 60 seconds in this lunge. So go slow. The other option I haven't really talked about, I've got this pole off to the side. I don't tend to use it very often because I'm not really doing the full workout with you, right? I'm sort of demoing and then pausing and talking. But a pole or a balancing tool of sorts can really help you to find perfect form. Okay, so if you feel like you're looking in the mirror and things are kind of falling out of alignment or it's just really hard to go slow, I would suggest using a pole, right? Just having that little bit of a hand grip can make everything a little bit better. We're gonna give this 15 more seconds. So meet me down at the bottom of your lunge in 5, in 4, in 3, 2, bring it down, hold. Hands will come to your high handlebars. Strong through your core. Lift your left foot forward and to the floor, front lunge. Strong core, arms float. Drive through the sole of your left foot to lift. So I want you actively pushing down through the left heel, the left big toe mound, so think ball of the foot, and then pinky toe mound. That little tripod is what you're gonna push down through to lift. So the toes are light, but you're using the foot. You're also lifted through the arch of the foot. Bigger hinge forward from the hips than an elevator, right? With that back heel lifted higher, you need to tip forward a little bit. Otherwise, you're gonna be throwing a lot of pressure into the lower back, right? The lower lumbar of your spine. Beautiful job. All right, we're gonna see if we can keep these freaking buttery smooth transitions going. In 4, down and hold. In 3, 2, down and hold. Hands to your high handlebars. Push through the heels of the hands, strong core. Lift the left foot up, through, and over to the left. Slide your right foot over to the right, maybe toes to the back edge of your carriage for more of a challenge. Go right into your lunge. Big hinge forward again. Push down through the tripod of your foot. Strong core as you lift. Y'all, this might be like my favorite workout I've taught in a long time. Let me tell you why. Because it's simple, right? We're just doing simple moves. We're doing these small adjustments on where we place our foot or our hands or our knees, and you don't really have very much time to transition, right? The transition is like a tiny hop. So the muscles don't get any time to relax. They don't get any time to reset, which means we're getting such a freaking effective workout, which I love. I want it to be effective. I want it to be good. Take it on down. Hold. Sweep the arms back, strong through the core. Pump the arms. Let's go. A little long jump. Left knee over the left heel. Let's go. 15 seconds. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Everybody will be going to one weight spring if you're not there yet. Reverse super crunch in 4, 3, 2, 1 weight spring. Have a seat at the back edge of your carriage. Hook your feet under your back platform. Seated at the very back edge, arms lifted, heart space lifted, strong core. Inhale here. Exhale, shoulders down. Maybe find a tiny lean back to feel the abs working. Now extend out through the legs. Exhale, squeeze through the low belly, drive it forward. So my upper body really isn't moving. My upper body is working hard to hold this position, this slight lean back, right? So for challengers, you might find more of a lean back and hold. What's important is you do not feel like your ribs are flaring open. You do not feel any tension or pressure in the lower lumbar curve of your spine, right? That's your low back. And that you don't feel your hip flexors doing the work. Your core is doing the work to pull you towards that back platform and send you out. Good. On this next pull in towards your back platform, one at a time, go ahead and take your heels, hook them over that rail, and then go right back into the movement. And just notice how it feels different. Do a couple like this and just kind of decide, do you like your feet hooked under? Do you like your feet hooked on top? What feels best for you? I find that it's way more challenging with my feet on top versus under. So personally, I like to hook my feet under and then maybe every once in a while I'll put them on top just to make it a little bit harder. Great job, friends. We're gonna give this just about 10 seconds wherever you're at. And we're gonna find a little hold with the legs in 3. So feet under or over in 2, 1. Everyone, hands behind the thighs. I want you to get a little bit of a reset. So the core is still active. Roll your shoulders back, lift your chest, lift your heart space, grow tall through the crown of the head. Inhale here. Exhale, wrap your abs in and around you. Squeeze the abs tight. Good. Hold the squeeze the abs. Reach the arms out. From here, arms are going to float all the way up overhead. Hands are going to come back down. And then you're going to pump the arms. 4, 3, 2, 1. Float the arms up. 2, 3, 4. Arms down. 2, 3, 4. And pump. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep this going. Do not let the ribs flare open. You can always sit up a little bit more upright. Pump the arms. Good. Keep it going just like this. Okay. We're going to take this home. This is going to be kind of where we finish. We're going to finish out with all those pumps for the arms. Option to stay right here. Option to let the carriage close and to float the legs. Wherever you are, lift the chest strong through the core. Everybody pump your arms. So you can be legs floating or you can be feet under the back platform. Strong straight arms. Spread your fingers wide. Pump the arms. Squeeze your core. Breathe. Push down, 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 down. You have 20 seconds to go here. Challengers, extend your legs out straight, right? Make it even more intense. So you're in this Pilates V. You have just 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the feet down. Let's everybody just wrap your arms under your thighs, chin towards your chest, round the upper back. And take a nice deep breath in into this little cave-like shape you're creating with your body. And a full breath out, let it go. Good. Hopefully we are seated here. Let's do a quick stretch for the glutes. So go ahead and take your left ankle over the right knee, hands planted behind you, flex the right foot, and just draw this figure 4 shape in towards your chest till you feel a stretch. You can also lean forward into it. So we are not gonna do a ton of stretching or a huge cool down. I really leave that on you to do. And likewise, if you ever feel like you need more of a warm up before class starts, right? Take that time for yourself before you hit play on these videos. Let's go ahead, release that foot, uncross, right ankle over the right knee, figure 4, foot is flexed to keep the knee joint safe, draw it in towards you. So make sure you take a few minutes after we wrap things up here to do some stretches. Right? Maybe put on one of the mini stretch classes or yoga class. Let's go ahead, release that foot. And go ahead and turn to face me. Just find a comfortable seat. Someplace to stack the spine up nice and tall. Good. Inhale, circle sweep, arms reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time, deep breath in, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Awesome work. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you have an incredible rest of your day, and I'll see you back soon.